Hi Aries, this is your reading for May. I'm using the classic weight deck in the beginning and later I'll be using my own cards here as well. I actually already shuffled the cards, but I'm just gonna give them another shuffle. And we start with the Three of Swords. So during May, maybe you are healing from some kind of heartbreak that you were experiencing. Maybe for some of you 3 weeks ago, 3 months. Could also be that during May you will be confronted with something that you try to suppress a little bit, you try to avoid this topic a little bit because you were afraid that it will be painful to deal with it, but maybe during May you will finally do it so you can let it go. Then, sorry, those are too many. I'm gonna put them back in. I want to go here step by step. And the next one is Judgment. So this is, on one hand, your own inner judgment that you might be making about a person, but it's also some kind of higher judgment here. Not necessarily spiritually, even that could be, but I feel like for some of you this could be something legal as well, but not only regarding your personal life. I feel like something here during May, something will happen on Earth in general. It's something collective that just comes popping up in your reading here. Could also have to do something with this Three of Swords. Maybe, this could even happen on another continent, but I feel like it will hurt you. It could scare you during May. Sorry, I don't want to make you paranoid. It's just something maybe that was on your mind for a while. And, you try to avoid it. But then, when we try to avoid painful things, they control our lives. And I feel like during May, you will somehow face it. And facing things that we are scared of often can be a relief, because then we are no longer scared and they don't dominate us from the subconscious anymore. Then we have Two of Pentacles here, and it feels like either you have to make a decision, but for most of you, I feel like it's more you are having two options and you are weighing out which one is the better one. I feel like not all of you have to drop one of these two options. Sometimes we can keep both of them. We just have to make up our mind on which we spend more time or energy on. So that's actually a good thing. Then we have the King of Swords here. This is you finding some kind of clarity and inner strength, cutting something out. And with something, I want to look back at this Three of Swords and Judgment. I was just saying, like, if there's some kind of fear that is really dominant, some kind of thought pattern, emotions that keep reoccurring over decades in our life or over years, they are dominating us, and I feel like you will be cutting that out during May. It's some kind of internal process for many, but yet it's also something that happens externally. Like you could literally cut someone or several people even out. You are making the judgment about someone and you are cutting that person or group of people off. Then we have the Page of Swords. This is you standing your ground. Even though for some of you this could be something that you have postponed for quite a while. Maybe you were too shy to stand your ground. Maybe this King of Swords is not only you, but also some kind of boss or someone who was, acting arrogantly dominant towards you, and you were maybe afraid this person has too much authority, I cannot fight back, I cannot stand my ground, but you will finally probably find that bravery during May. We have the sun at the bottom of the deck, so all will be transcended. There is happiness, there is light coming in. So even though I was earlier mentioning here with the Three of Swords, you know, we don't want to see this card usually, but you know, sometimes life is just not so pleasant. But often we can learn something from it, and I feel like, you know, it's gonna be fine. There is the sun, and that's very important here. So now I'm gonna jump into my medieval oracle cards. Here we have the coins, so that's actually a quite nice card. So it could be that there is some kind of improvement regarding your material situation coming in, literally in the form of money or something else. Also, we have the Two of Coins here. So it feels abundant. Like I said earlier, it seems like you're having two options and you don't even have to drop one of these options. You can keep both of them, so that's quite abundant. Then we have the White Dragoness. So this in my deck, she stands for the ultimate wisdom. She's the source of everything. She's some kind of, you know, godlike entity in my deck. So when she comes up, it's actually a very good sign. Also here with the Judgment, that is speaking of something, of a good kind of authority, of someone who is just and someone who is wise, not someone who is dominant and arrogant. It's the opposite of that. Someone who is rarely making a judgment, very hiding, very mysterious, like they don't need a lot of approval or recognition. They are fine with hiding in the background. They are very wise and mature, but when they make a judgment, it will be vast and it will be very fair and very detailed. So there's something about that here for you. Then we have the Mermaid. Many signs had the Mermaid, and I feel like, you know, she can come up in a negative way, but just in the recent readings, I felt like she always came up in a good way, and she represents aesthetics. She represents something sweet, just something playful and nice. She also represents water. She could even just mean it, you know, you want to change something about your clothing or hair. It's just, you know, feeling good inside of your body, taking care of yourself. So that's a nice one, even though it's a little bit superficial, but also these things are part of our lives. And could even be that maybe, you know, these coins were blocked from you for a while and you could only afford the most basic and essential things, and you didn't have time to, or you didn't have, you know, financial space, so to say, to visit the hairdresser or something like that. It would just have been a waste of money, but maybe you can afford that now, something like that. We have the Knight here. I feel like this is you, the Knight in my deck. If he comes up in a positive way, which he does, he's loyal, he's hardworking, he's very competent and brave. He's also fit and healthy. So that's a good sign here. This also brings me back to the Page of Swords, who is also a little bit like a knight. Okay, he's not a literal knight in the Weight deck, but he's someone with a sword, and he could, if he keeps standing his ground and keeps on developing his fighting and sword skills, then he might one day become a knight. And I feel like you are already this noble and loyal, competent knight, and someone will recognize that about you. This is probably also why these coins might improve. And now we're gonna jump into my lifestyle and health deck. And as I always say, don't take them literally, these cards. They are for fun, and they do not, of course, replace a visit or advice from your doctor. We have coffee here. For some of you, this could just be an indication that maybe it's time to consume less caffeine. Then we have herbs. So this could actually mean, or just be a confirmation. So replace the coffee and instead of it drink some herb tea or something like that. Maybe this will help you also if in the beginning of the month with the Three of Swords, if there's something that is hurting you, something that is emotionally exciting you in a negative way, then maybe coffee will not do you it will not help you probably, because, you know, maybe some herbs will calm you down, will help you to stay calm in a certain situation until the sun then finally comes during this month. Then we have swim, so that could just be a suggestion. Maybe if it's getting warm in your area during May, oh, we had a mermaid here, so actually this is quite suitable. So maybe, you know, it's just obvious. Take a good swim, that might help you. And we have learn, so maybe if you were postponing to study, it's time to do that during May, or you are just spontaneously deciding to relearn a language that you've already learned, or just learn something entirely new here. Maybe some of you even have to learn swimming. I don't know. I know some people in my age who can't swim. In Germany, actually, it's quite rare. Most of us learn it here as children, but, you know, sometimes people, especially women from other countries, for them it's not so normal that everyone learns to swim. Okay, so I was just getting that for some of you. So I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.